today. From Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, it's Week 8 of the NFL on EA Sports. Marcus Mariota and the Atlanta Falcons taking on Mitchell Trubisky and the Carolina Panthers.
The weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Carolina Panthers and the Atlanta Falcons. Hello again, everyone. Brandon Gordon along with Charles Davis. And, Charles, we take a look at this Falcons team as they interplay. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
The Falcons now get to stretch their wings on offense here, and at quarterback for them is a former 2nd overall pick who spent 4 seasons as a starter in Tennessee, Marcus Mariota.
I love just about everything about him. Love his game, love his makeup, love his moxie, one of my favorite words. This guy's a competitor, gritty, tough, you name it, he's got it. But he did throw an interception in last week's game. That contributed to a loss, and despite the fact he threw 3 touchdown passes, he's going to be out there redoubling his efforts and trying to play better.
They're going to start the drive here on the ground with Patterson. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play. To throw is Mariota. So the hand got inside the face mask that time. Looked like a pretty easy call.
And it was, and we saw this in their loss last week. Penalties at inopportune times that led to their demise.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 15 carries, 67 yards.
I can remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that, but they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
Well, the Falcons and Panthers, of course, division rivals, but it wasn't a great year for either offense last year, that's for sure. Look at the final numbers. The Falcons, they were 29th in the league in total yardage. The Panthers were 30th. Certainly both looking for an uptick here in 2022. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. First and 10, it's Patterson. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Well, this defense for the Panthers, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Cordero Patterson, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Falcons are on the board first here this afternoon. And this is a crew, they've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you're really out here in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This will be fielded inside the 5. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So here now are the Panthers for their first drive of the game. They're led out by the 6-year quarterback out of the University of North Carolina, Mitch Trubisky.
And I think it's safe to say that, and I heard him say it in the post-game press conference, that was a team win last week because he didn't really play up to his normal standards, throwing 2 interceptions.
No touchdown.
Yeah, didn't offset it at all, but the team found a way to get it done.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The numbers for Zeke from last week. Very productive. 3 touchdowns, 2 of them on the ground, 1 through the air.
And it will always be a compliment to say that a guy's got a nose for the end zone, and he sure had it last week.
They go play action. Trubisky gets this one to Hill. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Play action. Now Trubisky sliding out of the pocket. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Elliott. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. He's going to look deep for more. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And it'll be a turnover on downs. On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. Eluding the pressure right. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Edwards. Down inside the 10 and out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A big play there on the catch and run, and it'll give them a fresh set of downs.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Algier. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 2nd and goal, Mariota. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Mariota. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. On 4th down, Mariota is off, and on comes Atlanta's Younghoe Koo. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Koo knocks this one through the posts, and that will extend their lead even further. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Taking it about the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Now Trubisky to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Lorenzo Carter able to record his 5th sack of the season. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Fielded at the 33. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. So here are the Falcons to take over on offense. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Mariota now. That'll be taken in by Damiere Byrd. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Mariota now to throw on 1st down. And this is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
On 2nd down, a run with Patterson. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 56 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. $10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Third and short yardage, Mariota. And this is going to be incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. The Panthers at 6-1 now through 7 weeks of the season. They've been playing their best football of the year. Winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Give them a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Now it's Trubisky. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Here's Trubisky to throw. Flush to his right. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Darren Hall. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. I know it appeared he was saying, hey, give me the football, I'm open, but I don't know if that's a pass that he should have thrown there.
Well, I don't think we've ever met a wide receiver that doesn't think he is open or is about to be open.
True.
So when you throw...
Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And the Panthers are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on second down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
Elliott going to get it again on second down. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Trubisky will throw. He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 2nd and 8. Throwing here, Trubisky. Steps away to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. The Panthers on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8. He's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up 4th. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
His throw incomplete.
Partner, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays, because he's already been intercepted in this game, and the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons are going to take possession here at their own 33. Well, we've seen quarterbacks get away with throwing the ball on the run, no doubt. But this, Charles, I think you'd agree, not the best of throws.
And listen, you're not always going to have a clean pocket to step up with the proper mechanics and deliver the football. I mean, that's a given. But you also have to understand your limits and know what you can get away with and what you can't when you're trying to make a throw like that.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 84 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half, 10-0 our score. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Mariota to throw it. Over the middle, complete. It's Bird. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. To throw again on 2nd down. Mariota. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now Mariota. Targeting Pitts on the out route, and he's got it complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A 1st down throw for Mariota. Going for Kyle Pitts again. He's got him again. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. Again, it's Mariota. Throw caught here by Bird. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. From the red zone now, Mariota. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Looking to throw again on second down. Mariota, touchdown! Kyle Pitts, his first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first two quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Falcons grab it. And this is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcon TD. So they get the one-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless... And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Richie Grant. And the Falcons are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Following the interception here, Mariota. And complete to Drake London. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number 1. So we are at halftime here in Atlanta with the Falcons out in front as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, good work in that first half. More from you guys in a minute. But first, let's get to some scores right here on the day before Halloween.
Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the 3rd quarter. The Panthers going to get the football first, trailing here as well as we resume play in this second half. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And this offense led by Mitchell Trubisky going to make their way back out there. And that first half was nothing short of a disaster. 0 points on the scoreboard and a big 3 in the INT column.
So they've got to get him going, obviously, right? So you've got to get him in rhythm. And we always think of short passes. I think of jet sweeps where they just kind of toss the ball forward. You know, that counts as a forward pass. And then you can say to him, look at that. You completed 3, 4, 5 in a row. Now you've got to get your confidence going.
Being chased out left. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Inside give to Elliott. And he's going to get it down. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Here's Trubisky. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. And the offense moving quickly to the line. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Now Elliott. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
Some more great football coming your way in prime time to wrap up the month of October. It starts tonight. Could it be a Super Bowl preview? The Packers and Bills from Buffalo at 8:20 Eastern. And then tomorrow, Halloween night, Monday Night Football, the Bengals and Browns from Cleveland. And how this game has changed in importance in recent years. That starts at 8:15 Eastern. Patterson running between the tackles. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. 95 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. 1st down, Mariota. Got London on a slant. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Mariota. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple players getting home there, and it's a loss of 2 on the sack. And, of course, that's not an easy man to sack. You know how elusive he can be, try to get outside of the pocket. That was a great play on the defensive side.
And I wonder what was going through his mind.
It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now Trubisky. And he rifles one incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
Well, certainly happy they were able to force the fumble, Charles, but wish they would have gotten in the end zone, only getting 3 points there and still facing this second half deficit.
And they also will understand it's going to be a whole lot tougher to force another turnover the rest of the game, because that offense, they're going to be all about ball security from here on out.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
A shotgun handoff to Patterson. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27. The Falcons on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Throwing is Mariota. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Edwards. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Patterson, he'll try it up the middle. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. 105 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Off the play fake, Mariota. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
At least this time he's getting hit after a positive play for his offense. The pressure was coming through yet again, but he certainly didn't stick around for the sack on this occasion. Found an escape route and ended up getting the first down before taking the hit.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. They go play action. Mariota. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Back to the ground now. Patterson. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Mariota had an 87-yard run as a rookie. This one a bit less, but it is a first down. Mariota. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down. They'll try to throw now. Mariota throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Mariota from the gun on 3rd down. Touchdown, Falcons! Kyle Pitts, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Falcons look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. The Falcons are going to leave the offense out there. They'll go for 2. Mariota will look to throw. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. And with a successful 2-point try, the QB rolling out, I would imagine.
If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes that is the unaccounted for player.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Fields it right around the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10. Trubisky's throw complete there to Beckham. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A first down carry by Elliott. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Play action. It's Trubisky. That's out to Hill. Right side complete. So the completion good for just 3. And now it's 3rd and 4. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary now on 3rd. Now it's Trubisky. And that is incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Quick slant complete to OBJ. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Again, it's Trubisky. Flushed out right. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers and a first down here. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Up the middle, here's Elliott. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. They'll look to throw here. He's got the connection to Moore. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Off the play fake. Here's Trubisky. Rolling to his right. Now Trubisky lost the football. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Gonzalez out now to try the Panther field goal. From the right hash, this from 33. And this one is right through. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. So they came in here facing a very tall task going against the NFL's #1 ranked defense, but they got the job done. Charles, really an outstanding performance.
They certainly showed that they weren't going to be intimidated, didn't they? They took out the best defense in the NFL today, took it right to them, and that's against a group of guys that is used to shutting people down. To me, this is going to be a signature moment for this team's season.
So for Atlanta, they're back to 500 as they move to 4-4 on the year. And next week they get to stay home again as the Los Angeles Chargers come to town. Meanwhile, for the